2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Check. Watch it before. Stay with your man. 49. Check 49.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
Let's go now.
On first down, they run with Howard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
From the 40 now on second down. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Bell. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Dolphins will start their drive at the 20-yard line.
That's it, baby. We don't run.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Howard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
On 3rd down, Jackson able to find Switzer. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 39-yard line.
Let's go.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Here we go. Here we go. Check, check. Watch it before. Watch it before. Got to do better.
From the 39, Jackson. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of.
Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A quick throw out wide, caught by Crowder.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And it's caught by Herndon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. On first down, it's Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now a first down carry by Bell. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who can gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. A screen to Bell. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Check.
Darnold from the gun. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Darnold to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas picks up his second sack of the afternoon. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Another try after the first down sack. Darnold, and the pressure gets to him again. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and...
That's caught inside the 20. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins are going to tie the score at 3. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
This is taken at the 3. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides...
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Bell. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Darnold. Herndon's got it complete.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On first down, Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 35-yard line.
Real side. Watching you quiet. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Darnold. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Christian Wilkins forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Now third down.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Watch the pass. Check safety, check safety. Lady.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Jackson to throw. It's complete. Stills. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Let's go now. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Set, ready. I'm on the base. I'm here all day.
They'll run on first down. Howard, and 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson. And this is Moncrief with a catch. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Hines. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 36, Jackson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 14.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Dolphins.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, it's Howard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Howard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. We still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Months 56. Months 56.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Darnold on first down. Letting one go deep for a Nunwa. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Nunwa, the intended target. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the slant.
Jackson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Second touchdown. On
the give, running right is Howard. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And Stills bringing it in. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Nyheim Hines, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Anthony Averett picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. And you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, you got three down. Check it out.
Here's Hines on the toss play. And an alley to run. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Ready.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They run with Howard, and he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Hines. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Running from the gun with Howard. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Dolphins, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.